you know what we usually encounter at some point in our lives? Enemies. You can see them anywhere, either online or real life. You see, a lot of us have enemies that we deal with, past or present. It's a common thing in this world. So, how exactly do we deal with people who hate us or the people we hate? Well, it's a good thing that the Word of God has something about it. Let's dive in, shall we? So, in the book of Matthew, Jesus teaches us quite a lot about dealing with our enemies. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 38 to 39, Jesus says, "You have heard that it was said, eye for eye and tooth for tooth. But I tell you, do not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to them the other cheek also." In verse 38, Jesus was talking about retaliation. Retaliate means to make an attack or assault in return for a similar attack. In verse 39, Jesus tells us to not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, let them slap your other cheek too. What he means by all this is that if someone does something against you, don't go against them either. For example, if someone insults you, don't insult them back. Just let them insult you. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 40, Jesus says, "And if anyone wants to sue you and take your shirt, hand over your coat as well." What Jesus means by this is that if anyone wants to take away what you have, give them double of what they want. In this particular verse, the suer wants to take something personal from you. In this case, you're going to give them double of your personal stuff. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 41, Jesus says, "If anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them 2 miles. In here, Jesus means that you should go an extra mile, even for your enemy. To wrap up all this, Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5, verse 42, "Give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you." So, in summary, when someone goes against you, remain generous, kind, loving, and do not fight back. There are some verses that can be somewhat related to what Jesus had said, such as, Now, in the next few verses, Jesus tells us this. "You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous." Now, what Jesus said here is very clear. Love your enemies and pray for your persecutors. We are all loved in the same way by God, no matter what we are, so we might as well just value each other. There are also some verses that are somewhat related to what Jesus said here as well, such as, in Matthew chapter 6, verses 14 to 15, Jesus also says this, "For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others of their sins, your Father will not forgive you of your sins." So, Jesus tells us to also forgive our enemies if they have sinned against us. Well, how many times, you may ask? A lot of times. So, what all these many verses that I've shown is about how we should be kind, forgive each other, and that we should not retaliate. Now, some of you might say that this is all easier said than done, which is not really true. However, if you have God by your side, anything is possible. Hey guys, so that is all for this video. I'm sorry I had like way too high expectations, thinking that I'll probably like finish this video in a day or something, but yeah, the editing took a really long time for some reason because procrastination and stuff like that. Yeah, so anyways, sorry for the long wait, and I'll see you in the next video. And God bless you all.